Incredible flavours, even better stories. One pour, 10 minutes. Aussie bourbon lovers sharing bourbon with Australia.
I've got to peel it because it's a brand new...
A brand new bottle. A brand new bottle of what, Dave?
This is a brand new bottle of the Jack Daniel's Triple Mash. Here we go. Ready? Oh, that might be my best crack ever.
It was worth the wait. The build of anticipation there.
Jack Daniel's Triple Mash. It's a blend of straight whiskies.
A triple mash? What makes it a triple mash?
This is one of the coolest terms that I think I didn't know much about, actually, because I thought a triple mash was more about the process that happened to the distillate, but it's not that. It's 3 different mashes. So in this case,
So they put
American
three kind of
malt,
different recipes.
rye, American malt, and it doesn't say American single malt, so it's not. I don't think it's a single malt, although Jack Daniel's does do a single malt.
Yeah.
Rye and Tennessee whiskey. So Jack Daniel's famous for their number 7, which is a
So
Tennessee
they've
whiskey.
taken 3
It's a
different
bourbon.
recipes and put them together kind of thing.
Yeah. Exactly. It's a blend. Here you go. Cheers.
Cheers. We like blended things.
Yeah. And I think I have had this at Jolene's before, actually.
That is,
How did that on the nose?
I know. That is amazing.
That is
Oh.
like vanilla caramel, but like maybe salted caramel or something.
Yeah, I was going to say there's definitely like a salted caramel, like I'm getting like
Chewy.
a fresh baked cinnamon. Like what is it when you've got like, it's got the sticky golden syrupy or burnt butter kind of, some kind of cooked goods. It's got cinnamon and
I could nose this just for fun. Actually, this is one of those. Usually, I only have this with really old whiskies. That has.
where you don't drink it, you just sit there and nose it.
Could it possibly be Pascal's chocolate eclair, the chewy lolly that you would get yesteryear?
Now, see, I'm getting
That-
more cinnamon
Are you?
than caramel.
With a little gooey chocolate centre. Oh yeah, I'm getting a bit of cinnamon there as well. Now you said it, I suppose. Maybe it's
Like
the
a
power of
cinnamon
suggestion.
scroll with like all this, when it's been baked and it's kind of caramelized. It's like something deliciously baked in.
So, for those of you playing at home and not watching us, this is a bottle of Jack Daniel's. It's got like a light maroon kind of colour label.
It doesn't look like your typical.
It's the
Daniel's
shape
label.
of the Jack Daniel's,
Yeah.
but it's a different kind of colour label.
Classic standard does a good glugging sound.
It does do a good glugging sound. It's 50%, so 100 proof. It's bottled in bond, and it's the triple mash. So it's got the 3 different mash bills in it.
Do you know what I'm excited about, Dave? Seeing if the taste goes anywhere near how delicious that smell is.
Do we call it congruence? What did Blake call it?
Yeah.
Is it congruence? You can't remember.
He's asking me to remember scientific terms here.
Can't remember, but where it follows from the nose all the way through. All right.
Well, the nose to the flavour.
All right, I'll try
Then
first.
you, because sometimes you can get like a really not great nose and the flavour is incredible. And other times you can get the most incredible nose and the flavour is okay. I love it when you find one where you're like, wow, that nose is good. And then you taste it and you're like, and that tastes exactly like it smells.
It's a really good nose. Actually, on the palate, the first thing that hit me immediately was almost like almost savoury banana lollies. That's such a weird note, isn't it? But lovely and balanced. The heat of the 50%, which had come from a 40% one, but like 50%, 100 proof, was
Yeah.
it was a nice little bit of spice, which maybe is coming a little bit from the rye as well. It's on the front of my tongue. But it's a
Yeah.
really nice drinking experience. I actually, you saying the nose thing makes me feel like I really like the nose on this.
Yeah, but the flavours is good too. Like
Yeah.
I definitely get the banana in the flavour, like that fruity.
You get that. You get the banana.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's no howlerhead. Don't get confused. But it's got this. It's like a
that
lovely subtle.
Yeah, like you're eating a delicious bag of lollies.
We are terrible in how little of the Jack Daniel's expressions we drink.
Yeah, I know. But I think that's tell me if I'm wrong, but I think it's a Australian thing, like Jack Daniel's, Jim Beam, like all the kind of common ones that you drink a bit when you're younger. Sometimes they have, have big nights and bad stories. And I think now that we've come to, fall in love with bourbon and the different expressions and all of that stuff, and we're exploring it more, I think, and maybe I'm wrong, but that we've avoided some of those really traditional, well-known ones because we associate them with, wild teenage nights out and not deliciously enjoyable sit around with your friends and drink a good whiskey.
Some people recoil at the word bourbon, and we're recoiling at the brands we knew because we've got this other kind of like slightly different understanding of what bourbon is to some of our friends. I think, and I used to be my knockoff drink when I worked in a bar in London was a JD and Coke, double JD and Coke was the thing that I used to have. So I have a real soft spot for Jack Daniels anyway, the number 7. But certainly drinking it neat is something that I haven't done very much of. We had a single barrel.
I think it's a goal we need to set for ourselves, Dave, that we drink more of there.
I like this as a goal. Yeah. I think this is a good goal.
Because I think we'll discover some pretty amazing stuff that we've kind of avoided just because.
And this almost is like gateway to a category we haven't talked about.
Oh.
Because we have had Tennessee whiskey before. But do you know what the difference between Tennessee whiskey and bourbon is?
Tell me, Dave.
And everyone's allowed to correct me, but I think it's the Lincoln County process, which is where you take like a charcoal and you add an extra filtering process where you run it through a charcoal filter at the end, and it's supposed to give it a smoother finish.
Okay.
So you know how they
say
a
Tennessee whiskey when they run it through the charcoal filter.
You know how you say all bourbon is whiskey, but not all whiskey is bourbon.
Yeah.
Well, all Tennessee whiskey is bourbon, but not all bourbon is Tennessee whiskey because it's got an extra category it's got an extra layer of complexity to it. Because
if you're confused, I'm confused as well.
Well, it's just that to get to the Tennessee whiskey category or classification, it needs to be made in Tennessee for a start.
Yeah.
But then it also needs to go through the Lincoln County process.
Yep.
So
there you go. So
this Jack Daniels is
a Tennessee whiskey.
A Tennessee whiskey. Oh, but wait. This isn't though, because it's a triple mash. It's this weird new expression, but it does have the Tennessee whiskey in it, which is a bourbon. Oof. There you go. And it's got a rye and this American malt as well, which I don't know.
Like a family tree diagraph with all this stuff on it.
A diagraph. Yeah. I think the cool thing about all of this is that they're neighbours. It's just there's a border that's, right down there next to where Burton James is, which is absolutely bourbon.
But they can make bourbon, right?
Yeah.
They're in America.
Of course they can. Yeah, of course. But then they kind of go, well, we're in Tennessee, so we can do our own
Tennessee whiskey.
We can qualify for this extra thing.
Good songs about that, right?
Yeah, exactly that. Sweet like Tennessee whiskey, that one.
Yeah.
So I've got further news for you.
Oh, this just keeps coming. This is great.
I've got a business trip coming up.
Oh.
And I've been able to just
you're going somewhere near.
Well,
Jack
I have
Daniels?
to fly into Nashville, Tennessee, which is still like an hour and a half, 2 hours kind of north of where
I need to up my business trip game.
Distillery is. But I'm going.
I do appreciate the bottles of bourbon that come back from your business trips.
I probably won't bring a huge amount back from Lynchburg, but because we can get so much Jack Daniels here in Australia. But I'm excited to hear the story of Jack.
Make sure you taste the stuff for me that we can't get back here.
Yeah, of course. Of course I will. Well, obviously. But I'll taste it all. But
And fill me in.
I'm doing a fun thing where I'm going to go to Jack Daniels in the morning.
Oh.
And then I'm going to go to Uncle Nearest immediately afterward.
Yeah.
And Uncle Nearest.
Are they like nearby?
Yeah. It's up the road. Uncle Nearest is based on Nearest Green.
Yeah.
Or is Nearest Green Distillery, I think is what it's called. Uncle Nearest is the brand.
Yeah.
And that's the guy who taught Jack how to distill.
Yeah.
And so there's a beautiful story about all that. And they've been in the news massively up until the last few days because of this court case has been taking on about going to receivership and who doesn't owe everyone money and all that kind of stuff. So it's been a big deal. But the exciting thing is
the original story
is
a connection between Jack Daniels and
Nearest Green was the one who taught Jack how to distill. And until recently it was a bit of a unknown story, and it's such a wonderful part of bourbon culture and American culture that's come through in these last few years as that's kind of come to light.
I love the stories that come with bourbon and whiskey, and they just,
And so watch this space, because I'll come back with more stories about the Nearest Grain thing and how it all came out to be, and of course some stories about Jack as well, because I don't know enough about that either.
Yeah, and they're very closely connected.
They really are. And of course, of all of the bourbons you can get anywhere in Australia, Jack Daniels and the expressions that Jack brings, Brown-Forman brand, you can get bloody heaps of them here. We're really well looked after. For obvious reasons, we drink quite a lot of the black label stuff.
Well, here's to exploring more Jack Daniels.
Indeed. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you're connected with us on TikTok, Instagram and YouTube, and stay connected with us by clicking subscribe on your favourite podcast app.